Ganesh sir was one of the most important persons in terms of helping me understand how to approach UPSC itself. During interview preparation, I attended the Ganesh sir's classes, the approach and the strategy, and something very important came when we did our mock interviews with Ganesh sir. Ganesh sir, who had helped us, in a big way in understanding the dynamics of the interview and help us crack it easily. Very, very happy to see him prosper for this many years and in this journey creating so many civil servants. Good evening, and I'm very happy to basically speak to all of you about my UPSC preparation times and specifically my times with Ganesh sir and his academy, and how it kind of helped me achieve my dreams in UPSC. So at the outset, I wanna make it clear that Ganesh sir was first of all a senior aspirant for us before even started his own academy. So my fond memories of him is basically where he was a senior aspirant, a very well-known aspirant, so much of knowledge and clarity about public administration. So we all really were upset that he couldn't, make it, because of whatever reasons. So when he started an academy, we were all elated saying that all the knowledge which he had garnered for so many years is finally going to be useful to so many other people. That's how we were elated when he started his own academy. And he was one of the forerunners also in starting an academy and running it for so many years. And now it has crossed 20 plus years. It's such an achievement, actually. 25 years, if I'm not wrong. So as a senior aspirant, he already knew the grueling processes of it. He was very practical about, what to do and what not to do. So our interactions with him mostly were about how UPSC itself, we both share the same kind of opinion about UPSC, that UPSC is a glorified 10th standard examination. We shouldn't really learn too much like a PhD graduate, rather stick to whatever limited things we should learn to clear UPSC. And the most important part is a strategy and not the knowledge. So with that in mind, I think on that part, Ganesh sir's understanding and Ganesh sir's, let us say, feedback about how to approach UPSC examinations have always been very useful for us, basically. After that, my options were history and Tamil literature, and we were all in Anna Nagar. So we have very fond memories of, all of us living in the same area, with the same pursuits, speaking the same language, sharing the same emotions, and trying to crack this very difficult examination called civil service examination. அதுல UPSC exam approach பண்றதுக்கு, first of all, to pick up the option from where the journey starts. I think the interaction with seniors who had a lot of expertise was the first important step, to crack the civil service itself as to which option to first of all pick. So my options were history and Tamil literature. And in fact, in the first journey of how to pick an option, also I remember having interacted with him to see how we can select the right option so that we can actually make it. Where the idea was to basically pick in all the NCERT textbooks of the subjects of our liking, and from there then pick up a question bank and then try to attempt one chapter and see the comfort level, and if you're able to actually read and comprehend one paper, one chapter, and then with that support to see how we're able to understand the questions or comfort levels, everything. This was an idea which at the very beginning, we got from seniors like him. And so my journey of preparing for UPSC started with a lot of learnings from senior aspirants who knew the game, actually. And Ganesh sir was one of the most important persons in terms of, helping me understand how to approach UPSC itself. Later on, because my options were different, I didn't have an opportunity basically to take classes with him. But the most important crucial point came when we had to prepare for the interviews. And during interview preparation, I attended the Ganesh sir's classes, the approach and the strategy. And something very important came when we did our mock interviews with Ganesh sir. I think we were a bunch of people. I remember a lot of them now who all cleared UPSC. I vividly remember all the classes which we had regarding how to crack the personality test, including something very important called the mirror test, where you basically sit in front of a mirror and you basically design a questionnaire for yourself and then keep asking branching questions from it and keep answering it, looking at your body language, looking at your facial expressions, looking at your diction, looking at your language, and so many other aspects. So, the time we spent with him and the generic understanding which he keeps sharing about every aspect of UPSC, those tips were indeed very, very helpful for us, people like us, to crack the census examination. Not only the interview coaching, but the very, let's say, the very experience of being with him, around him, so witty comments and everything, very light ones, kind of removed the fear of UPSC and helped us move towards UPSC very, very successfully. On the interview front, if I say, in my second attempt, my interview marks were very, very less. I had scored only 105, maybe may or may not be because of the performance, but because the panels were also, I mean, different, and different panels used to like give marks differently. But I think we tried hard one more time. And in the next attempt, in the third attempt, my interview scores were 165. But still, I could make it big in UPSC and got into the IAS because the written marks were really very good, and particularly the GS marks were very good. And all thanks to the approaches which we had picked up from seniors like Ganesh sir, that we could actually have very good scores in the main, so that we were not dependent upon interview marks itself to crack the UPSC examinations. My interview, I remember, was like for an hour, 55 minutes roughly, very unnerving, but because of all the confidence, which he had gained because of preparation and because of the strategies, which he had taught us, we were very confident. I was very confident in basically facing the board. And I could say it played a very instrumental role in me clearing the UPSC interviews, though not with flying colors, because of whatever perceptions the boards have, and particularly, students from Tamil Nadu being shy, and their language not being very flamboyant as when compared to people from the north, and being from very small town village and middle class backgrounds, the level of confidence and the level of language and communication skills which we had was actually no match to what our colleagues from studying from Delhi and the best towns had. So people like us from small town, middle class, and first generation graduates, all of us could aspire and reach these places because of guidance of seniors like Ganesh sir, who had helped us, in a big way in understanding the dynamics of the interview and help us crack it easily. So I mean, and I'm really very, very happy to see him prosper for this many years, and in this journey creating so many civil servants, from his patra, from his Ganesh Patrai. And particularly, the most important part is that, the values which you also pick up during the course of you getting trained with such a person. I think the inspiration, the ethics, and the values which are required for bureaucracy, for clearing civil services, it all comes from, I mean, a huge source, is like a glacier, like which melts continuously, trickling away its knowledge throughout the year, throughout years. Ganesh sir has been instrumental in creating so many civil servants. I wish him and his academy all the best, and I wish he creates more and more civil servants who have the spine and the nerve to make it big in the civil services examination, as well as successful civil servants. Thank you so much.